Keeping a dream journal is akin to gathering pieces of a deeply personal map. Each symbol is a clue, an unmet need, an unhealed wound, a disowned part of your personality crying out for integration. You don't need a dictionary of symbols. Simply ask, what does this image make me feel? That emotional response is often the most accurate interpretation you'll find. The unconscious operates with stunning subtlety. A man, chronically stressed but perpetually in denial, insists he's fine. Yet, night after night, he dreams of being lost in a vast, crowded terminal, unable to find his departure gate. The dream isn't about travel. It's a stark metaphor for disorientation, a signal he's living far from his authentic path. Only by documenting these recurring motifs does the pattern become undeniable. Modern science now echoes what Jung proposed a century ago. Dreams process emotion, consolidate memory, and offer novel perspectives on waking problems. The simple ritual of morning dream notation boosts self-awareness, reduces latent stress, and illuminates the hidden drivers of your behavior. Make it a gentle ritual. A notebook and pen by the bed. 5 minutes upon waking. Don't worry about crafting a coherent story. Just capture images and feelings. Over time, you'll witness a wondrous development. The unconscious is not a chaotic mess. It is a precise, eloquent communicator, endlessly patient, waiting only for you to become a dedicated listener. Habit 3. The Shadow's Dawn Audience. As you become fluent in the language of dreams, another, more challenging door naturally swings open: the entrance to your shadow. In Jung's framework, the shadow is not a monster. It is the totality of those parts of yourself you find unacceptable, shameful, or weak, the repressed emotions, the denied traits, the desires deemed improper. Everyone carries a shadow. The pivotal difference is this: those who dare to face it mature. Those who flee it are doomed to be led by it for a lifetime. The shadow reveals itself in subtle, daily betrayals. That flash of irrational anger, the pang of envy you quickly dismiss, the overly harsh criticism of another. In these moments, it's not the world attacking you, but your own disowned material being projected outward. It's like seeing a serpent in another's eyes, blaming them. When the snake has always been coiled within your own heart, consider a person who prides themselves on impeccable calm. They suppress every conflict, smile through irritation, and present unflappable composure. Yet, by evening, their body is a bowstring of tension, their heart racing without cause. Doctors find nothing. The issue is simple: their calm is a performance. The anger they've buried for years has transmuted into a somatic prison, a living pressure cooker within. That is the shadow's work. What you bury does not die. It gains power in the dark. Confronting your shadow each morning is not an exercise in self-flagellation. It is a gentle inquiry conducted when the mind is still soft, not yet armored by the day's roles. Ask one honest question: what part of me is asking to be seen today? Sometimes it's the exhaustion you disguise as busyness. Sometimes it's the anger masquerading as righteousness. Sometimes it's the insecurity draped in arrogance. When you meet these parts with bare honesty, the shadow loses its terror. It becomes raw, unrefined energy awaiting your conscious integration. Jung called this process shadow work. The goal isn't to defeat it, but to invite it into the light of awareness. Imagine standing in a pitch-black room, terrified of the moving shapes. But strike a match, and you see the shapes are merely furniture. The fear dissolves in the act of seeing. As Jung wrote, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. This is not abstract philosophy. It is the daily practice of moving toward wholeness. Don't strive to be perfect. Strive to be complete. The most potent light is not found by avoiding your darkness, but by having the courage to walk through it. Habit 4. The identity question. From this place of honest self-encounter, the next step is to pose a deceptively simple question with seismic power. Who am I today? This isn't a philosophical platitude. In Jung's view, the ego is not a fixed statue. It is a river, shifting with each psychological current, each stir from the unconscious. You do not wake as yesterday's person. Therefore, asking, "Who am I today?" is the act of aligning your conscious identity with your inner reality before you step onto the world stage. Most never ask. They wake and automatically don the familiar costumes. The provider, the rock, the achiever. But sometimes these costumes have grown stiff, itchy, and stifling. They are worn-out personas, obscuring the authentic self, gasping for air beneath. In Jungian terms, the persona is the necessary social mask. It helps you function and relate. But when you mistake the mask for your face, you lose contact with your core self. The persona is a useful tool. It becomes a prison when you forget you can take it off. Imagine opening your wardrobe each morning. You wouldn't wear the same suit or dress every single day. So why cling to the same psychological costume for decades if it no longer fits your spirit? The question, "Who am I today?" is your daily fitting. It checks the role you're about to play and asks, does this still serve the being I am becoming? For instance, a woman universally praised for her endless strength feels, upon waking, a depletion so profound she wishes to disappear. If she asks the question honestly, the answer might be, today. I am someone who needs deep rest. Only by admitting this can she grant herself the kindness of a slower pace, releasing the crushing burden of upholding an image. Modern psychology calls this self-attunement. Neglect it, and you live in a state of inner civil warrior body going through motions your heart doesn't support. This dissonance is the root of that mysterious chronic fatigue. Take 1 minute each morning. Ask silently, "Who am I today?" Not who you should be, or who others need you to be, but who you actually are in this raw morning moment. Are you the fearful one? The one longing for creative expression? The one in need of gentle care? This question is the hinge that swings you from the stale identity of yesterday into the fluid, authentic being of today. Habit 5. Symbolic expression. Having identified your inner state, the next practice gives it a form words often fail to capture. While consciousness speaks in sentences, the unconscious communicates in images. Jung saw symbols as the essential bridge between these two worlds, a way to give tangible shape to the formless. Practicing symbolic expression each morning is not about creating gallery art. It is the process of externalizing your inner weather. A simple scribble, a chosen shape, a splash of color can hold a fragment of your soul that logic could never articulate. Imagine waking with a vague sense of being lost. If asked, "What's wrong?" you'd shrug and say, "I don't know, just feel empty." That emptiness, if left nebulous in the mind, is easy to ignore or numb. But if you draw it perhaps as a vast, featureless horizon or a small boat unmoored, the emotion becomes visible. And in seeing it, you begin to understand it. For Jung, symbols don't just represent inner states. They are active agents in the psyche's self-organization and healing. They emerge to say what you lack the vocabulary for. When you consciously create a symbol, you participate in your own transformation. A follower of our work once shared his constant, unexplained tension. He began a morning practice of jotting down any symbol that came to mind. An hourglass, a caged bird, a broken arrow. Within a week, the pattern was undeniable. He was imprisoned by time, constrained by expectations, and his assertive energy was fractured. No complex analysis was needed. The symbols themselves revealed the narrative his conscious mind had refused to see. Symbols are the soul's native tongue. They bypass the critical, rational mind to speak directly to the emotional and intuitive core. When you create a symbol, you are tapping into a stratum of self deeper than you typically access. Jung noted that a symbol is alive only so long as it is pregnant with meaning. Try this for 3 minutes each morning. Close your eyes. Sense the dominant emotion within. Don't label it. Instead, ask, if this feeling were an image, what would it look like? Then draw, doodle, or describe it. There is no right or wrong. The goal is creation, not critique. The magic reveals itself over time. When you review your symbolic diary after weeks, you'll see a visual narrative of your inner journey, a map of transformation you were living but hadn't yet seen. This is the sign of a true dialogue with your soul, conducted not through argument, but through the primal language of imagery. If you've journeyed this far, I am deeply grateful. This path requires a rare patience and courage to explore the profound layers Jung mapped for humanity. Your presence here signals a soul hungry for authenticity, depth, and meaning that transcends superficial life hacks. And our journey is only at its midpoint. The next 5 habits will open an even deeper dimension to your mornings, a dimension with the power to fundamentally alter how you experience the rest of your life. So please, stay. Continue this unveiling with me. If this resonates, leave a like or subscribe. Do it not for the channel, but for yourself, so you don't miss the transformations that lie ahead. For a single, consistent morning ritual can spare you a lifetime of wandering in the fog.